Magnum packing patriots, can you dig it? You're watching the Tap Rack Bang Show. I'm Ryan Frazier, riding shotgun. With me, as always, is the tactical tackle himself, Tyler Witzke. Tyler, how you doing, buddy?
We'll fire it up. We got a lot to unpack today.
That's what I'm talking about. As always, we ask all our viewers today to be a pro-gun bully, so if you want to put icy hot in Joe Biden's diaper, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the bejesus out of that Liberty Bell to sound the alarm of freedom every time a Tap Rack Bang Show drops.
Don't forget to visit all the links down in the description. We're going to have some new petitions down there this week. And I think we don't need to go any further besides getting into the nuts and bolts of what's happening.
Yeah, man. As I don't think it's news to any of y'all tuning in. You're Magnum packing patriots. You read the emails. You know what's going on. There is a gun control frenzy in the media. Gun Control Inc. is going all out to get gun control pushed through to seize this crisis is the mantra of the radical anti-gun left. Never let a crisis go to waste. And, meanwhile, the mainstream gun lobby is silent. And, Biden and his comrades are, just spewing all kinds of nonsense, attacking you as gun owners, placing the blame for the acts of a madman on law-abiding gun owners like yourselves. You should all be pissed off and offended that you're the scapegoat for this in their eyes.
Absolutely. So, President Biden, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, they all said some pretty stupid stuff this weekend. It was honestly kind of irrelevant to what happened. So I think we'll go ahead and watch some of those clips and see what happens.
Yeah, let's put our Mickey Mouse ears on. All right, Madam Vice President, what you got to say? Enlighten us with your gun expertise.
No, we're not looking for a vaccine. We know what works on this. It includes let's have an assault weapons ban. You know what an assault weapon is?
Do you?
You know how an assault weapon was designed?
Enlighten me.
It was designed for a specific purpose. To kill a lot of human beings quickly. An assault weapon is a weapon of war with no place in a civil society. Background check. Why should anyone be able to buy a weapon that can kill other human beings without at least knowing, hey, has that person committed a violent crime before? Are they a threat against themselves or others?
All right, let's unpack that real quick. So what did you hear the vice president saying there?
I want to start from the end. Background checks. Background checks do nothing but create a national gun registry, and we all know that in turn leads to gun confiscation, as we've seen in other countries.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
Exactly. Secondly, she said that we needed background checks on weapons that can kill people. So are we required to do a 4473 to get a knife, baseball bat, hammer? A what? A shovel.
These lethal frogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially yours.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it doesn't make sense because, one, it creates a gun registry, and two, anything could be a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
And we all know how ineffective and corrupt the entire NICS registry is.
Absolutely.
The rates of false positives, anyone named, Bill Johnson or has a really common name, if you have the same name as a criminal, you're getting denied and you have to fight to get your rights back. Yep. There's false denials out the wazoo. They turn into waiting periods whenever people are buying up lots of guns, and we all know that a right delayed is a right denied. These common sense compromise things, background checks might sound good until you actually start to unpack it and realize what is the implication truly is.
Yeah, you think about that single mother, in her 20s or so, and she may have a restraining order against her ex. Mm-hmm. Maybe she has a common name or something. She gets a false denial. She's delayed that right to a gun, that right to self-defense.
Yep.
And
it's a guilty until proven innocent situation.
Exactly.
You have to prove your innocence, that you're not the person with the common name or the same name as the criminal. Obviously, Kamala also talked about so-called assault weapons, which I call, modern semi-automatic rifles. It's the preferred gun of sportsmen, hunters, home defenders. Many a shooting has been stopped by what they would call an assault weapon. She calls it a weapon of war, which is kind of cute because we're about to see Joe Biden say that the semi-auto rifles are useless in a war. You need an F-15 or an Abrams tank, so they can't really get their story straight on that. But
No, they can't.
what do you think about that?
No, it's just idiotic, and they don't know anything about firearms.
Yeah, the party that can't tell you the definition of a woman, she's speaking like she can give you the definition of what an assault weapon is. I'd love to hear her actually say what it was. She sets it up like she's gonna, I know what an assault weapon is, and she doesn't actually elaborate on that, because I'd be interested to see what she thinks it is.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think that is.
Challenge.
Yeah, challenge, Vice President. Tell me actually what an assault
Everyone
weapon
tag
is.
her in the comments.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so predictably, bunch of nonsense from our VP.
Yeah.
Typical.
Absolutely.
But now we're going to go ahead and pivot to the CSI Miami lead terminal ballistics expert, Joe Biden, on his anecdotes of ballistics from pistol rounds.
22 caliber bullet will lodge in the lung, and we can probably get it out, may be able to get it and save the life. A 9mm bullet blows the lung out of the body. The idea of these high caliber weapons, there's simply no rational basis for it in terms of about self-protection, hunting.
Can you find me some new ammo, because I don't think my carry ammo is that effective.
These
for
are some
my
high caliber bullets that I'm fitting on my pinky right here. This is legit like a new low, calling 9mm a high caliber bullet. This is Joe buy a shotgun Biden. So 2 rounds of double-aught buck. That's basically a pea shooter. But this 9mm bullet here, this will rip your mother lungs out.
You'll rip your lungs out, Jim.
Yep. I guess we
That
should be
is-
carrying 22s for
that is
self-defense.
wild, yeah.
What the hell do we need these for?
Yeah, 22s. What's funny is that AR-15 ammo is essentially a 22 caliber bullet, .223.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Joe Biden is pro AR-15. You heard it here.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, not much to unpack there. It's just
I
straight
can't-
stupidity.
Stupidity and arrogant levels of stupidity where you're so uneducated on a topic, but you talk to the entire country talking down to them like you know something.
Yeah.
So you're completely ignorant on it. Maybe you say I pivot to the experts on the matter and let someone who knows what they're talking about talk about. But no, he just full send, acting like he knows a thing or two about a thing or two and talks down to us.
And he doesn't.
But we got our high caliber 9mm all around us today in honor of Biden's high caliber, and of course he brought up hunting as he always does. We didn't get the traditional deer and Kevlar vests. Maybe his handlers probably finally beat that out of him. Say, stop saying that, it makes you look retarded. But
Yeah.
I said that the other day. So.
did he? Okay.
Oh.
So it'll probably find its way back in the hopper next time around.
Yeah. Also, you'd think Chicago would have a real lungs on the street problem.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked like the San Diego poop map, but with lungs.
Lung map.
All right. What's next?
Doc Holliday shoots Johnny Ringo and says, "Who's the lunger now?"
I'm your huckleberry.
All right.
All right.
Cory Booker.
Booker!
Till the redemptive power of the love for all of our children is greater than the destructive power of the love of our guns and money and power, until that redemptive love of our children turns into action, then nothing is going to change.
What do you think, Fraser?
The first two were fun to laugh at and poke fun at, but to his credit, Cory Booker's actually very well educated and well spoken. But this was the one that just pisses me off because, like I said before, this is them blaming law-abiding gun owners for the acts of madmen. To say that, the love of children versus the love of guns and money. Well, I keep my guns in my house because I love my family and I love my child.
Absolutely.
And I I am armed to the teeth to protect them, to protect my community, and to protect my country. It's such a false dichotomy, and it's the most enraging thing that political move that the left does is to imply that they have a monopoly on caring about the lives lost from criminals. It's not true at all. Our side just wants to propose a common sense solution that actually protects the innocents without stripping away the constitutional rights and God-given rights to self-defense from law-abiding American citizens.
Yeah. Doesn't one of our friends have a bill that he just introduced that'll protect kids?
You bet your ass. Thomas Massey, Magnum Packin' Patriot, multiple recipient of the .50 caliber Freedom Award, representing Kentucky's 4th Congressional District, has introduced the Safe Students Act, which would finally end the criminal safe zones, the free fire zones, the so-called gun-free school zones act that have turned our public schools into essentially soft targets. Yep. Our children are fish in a barrel, sitting ducks to criminals. Like we see it time and time again. The manifesto of the Buffalo shooter said he picked his target because he knew that there wouldn't be someone there armed to fight back. These shooters are cowards. When they're met with somebody who shoots back at them, they either give themselves up or kill themselves.
Yep.
So the way we react to this as a country is we try to take away the guns of people who could shoot back. It's completely nonsensical, but
Yep.
Representative Massey's bill would do away with that nonsense and finally give a little bit of protection to our most valuable asset in our country, our children.
I couldn't have said it better. Holy crap.
Yeah. It freaking pisses me off, but thank God for the Thomas Masseys out there that are doing the right thing, that have something called logic instead of just pushing the hysteria and playing on people's emotions. But obviously we're as disturbed by what happened last week, but you look at the bill that's coming to the House Judiciary Committee this week on Thursday, so maybe by the time you're watching it, the committee hearing will have already happened. But there's a just insane gun control package. It's like gun apocalypse 2.0.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They got 6 sections of this bill, and they're going for the whole cake here.
A full Monty.
First section, raise the age to buy certain semi-automatic firearms, such as rifles or shotguns, to people under 21 years of age. Doesn't make any sense. You turn 18, you can go serve your country, go fight overseas, risk your life, and now you can't even own a firearm to defend yourself.
You can also vote. Like, you can literally say in determining the trajectory of the country. I don't know.
Yeah. You're old enough to cast your ballot and make decisions for the country. I was 19, or I was 20 years when I was deployed to Afghanistan. There's plenty, single mothers living in bad neighborhoods with violent exes that this bill is saying, nope, you're not allowed to protect yourself and your child with the most necessary and most effective means, because it makes us suits in Washington feel better about ourselves that we did something.
Yeah. And so moving on to section 2, this one's a big old nothing burger because it's prohibition on stuff that's already prohibited, such as so-called straw purchases, gun trafficking, which is already prohibited.
No. But I worry what they're going to do with it, because, is this going to extend to the level of I hand the 22 I bought for my daughter down to her without, going through a government background check, going through the NICS database, all of a sudden me and her are criminals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I a gun trafficker for handing down a family heirloom?
Possibly under this bill. So, section 3, so-called ghost guns require that all firearms be traceable. Oh, you tracing it?
Cool.
It's traceable.
It's legal. I can have this now. I can take home our full auto suppressed MP5.
Nice.
Loophole. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got us on that one, Mr. President.
Section 4, safe storage laws basically lock up your gun so it's not ready to be available in case you need it.
Or blame the victim, where if someone breaks into your house, steals your firearm, uses it in a crime, you get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
for having your house broken into and your property stolen.
Yeah, makes sense.
Blame the victim bill, as you can call that one.
Section
I
5.
have question marks all over Section 5.
Closing the bump stock loophole. I thought somebody already banned those.
Yeah. Nice bill, Democrats. Is it 2017 already?
So, and then the last section is basically your run-of-the-mill standard capacity magazine ban.
Yeah.
And none of these do anything to protect law-abiding citizens.
Limiting the capacity of magazine leaves law-abiding citizens outgunned by the thugs and gangsters and madmen on the streets who are obviously not going to turn in their stuff.
Yep.
So it's the Disarming Americans Act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of, making schools a little bit harder, like it's easier to walk into an elementary school than it is to walk into a bank, a airport, a courthouse, the emergency room.
It is surrounded by guards and video monitors.
All of these places that aren't notorious for getting shot up. It's easier to walk in there, the place full of children, these softened targets, than it is any of those places. Best Buy has a freaking metal detector.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can go buy laser discs and go through more security than I could at a school full of children.
To be fair, Best Buy also has like linebackers guarding the doors apparently. Because I don't know if you saw that video of them trying to steal a TV.
Oh yeah.
Tackle the glass.
Let's get that guy at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, hire the Best Buy guy to protect our schools.
Best Buy guy.
Best Buy guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, in summation, Democrats are doing what Democrats are doing. The sad part is the level of ambition that's put into this bill, because they're actually trying to get something done. Like, all their machines and their wheels are turning. If they were to just put like a focused effort on one thing that they thought would be easy to get through, we'd say, okay, this is business as usual. But the fact that they're going for broke on this is, I think they truly sense weakness within the Republican caucus. And when you have Mitch McConnell putting together compromise committees between anti-gun Republicans and Democrats, it's showing them signs that the machine's breaking down. There's weakness in the Republican Party, and they smell blood and they're ready to capitalize on it. So they are going for broke with this massive bill. Like, I was kind of shocked that it was this huge package that they're trying to introduce.
And it doesn't help that McConnell picked like the weakest of the weak Republicans.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mr. Fixnix himself, John Cornyn, I think, has been heavily involved in this compromise push. There's a saying, compromise is contagious in the Capitol, and when leadership gives the green light to start caving on the Second Amendment, that's bad news bears. So you can all rest assured that your National Association for Gun Rights, we aren't going into silent mode like the mainstream gun lobby. We are cranking out program. We are cranking out our lobbying efforts. We are ramping up all the pressures on the politicians, so please be tuning into your email, tuning into all forms of media that you get from NAGR, because we want to give you the outlets to lobby the politicians so we can be louder than the gun grabbers and let them know that it's a bad business move to be on the side of the gun grabbers right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's wrap up the body of our show and get to what the people want. Everyone's favorite on the show, T-shirt time.
It's T-shirt time!
As always, oh my gosh, I'm going to knock things over. As always, we're giving away, now more than ever, I think people want to wearing this around, this beautiful NAGR official Hell No Joe T-shirt. So last week, I asked our Magnum Packin' Patriots what guns were on Arnie's shopping list in the first Terminator movie when he goes to the gun store, and our winner, the first to answer correctly in the YouTube comments, was Gordon Brandt, who knocked it out of the park. As Arnie puts it, hit the guns he was after: the 12-gauge autoloader, the 45 long slide with laser sighting, the Uzi 9mm, and the phase plasma rifle in the 40-watt range. We got a Uzi 9mm, but just what you see, pal, we weren't able to bring in the phase plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Dang
Something
it.
to add to the wish list for the Tap Rack Bang Vault, I think. We'll get on that. That should be our next review video.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Take it to the range.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, good job, Gordon. That was a lengthy question, and you knocked it out of the park. If you want to be a winner like Gordon and get a dope-ass shirt, I want you to be the first in the YouTube comments to answer this question. I want you to name the Republicans on Mitch McConnell's gun control compromise committee. I'm sure the media isn't flaunting this one as much. It's not making headlines, but if you do a little poking around, I think it'll be pretty easy to find. So the first in the permanent YouTube comments to answer that question will be a winner like Gordon.
Hell yeah.
Cool if there's Gordon Bombay. Anyway.
So, anyway, that'll wrap it up.
Yeah, that's our show.
So, again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Visit all the links down in the description. We need all the petitions we can get to send to your lawmakers up in Washington, D.C. And you can call them too.
Mm-hmm.
Let them know what's going on. And aside from that, visit all the links down there. We got those free stickers. We don't have them here. You can get your free Tap Rack Bang sticker. Mm-hmm. And don't forget to use code TRB10 when checking out gunrightsgear.com or .org to get 10% off your order of some cool swag. So,
yeah,
that'll do it.
Stay in the fight, folks. Stay tuned. See ya.
Yeah. See ya.